Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special shout out to our sponsors, Haugen's Galleries and Kerry Whitlatch and Farmers Insurance. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad to have you all here this morning, and it is Monday. Woohoo! I know that I am not like a lot of people. I love Mondays. I love getting going. It's a new day, a new opportunity. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited that you're here with me. So thanks so much for that. Hey, do me a big favor. Those of you that are watching live right now, please hit the share button. Everybody hit the share button. Tell people we have amazing people who connect on Marketing with Russ, and you don't want to miss it. And so today we have Kevin Snow, who's an amazing digital media expert, and we're going to talk to him coming up here soon. But remember, we are all about connection here on Marketing with Russ. And if you would be so kind, again, to share this out. Also, you can subscribe on YouTube, which is great. We appreciate when you do that because it helps you not only get the current content and notices about what's coming up, but also you get access to all the past content. And you know what is a really easy way to do that? Go to marketingwithruss.live. There you go. Marketingwithruss.live will take you directly to my YouTube page. You can subscribe and you can get all of that great content. You know, all the great guests that I have, I am so blessed. They make me look good. So they bring great content. It's so much value. Kevin's no different than that, and I'm excited to get him on here shortly. But I just wanted to remind you that I am all about connection. In fact, this year, my goal is to connect with at least 1,000 new people. And I know it sounds like a daunting number, but that's really only about 3 people a day. So I am knocking that out of the park, loving connecting with people. And I would love for you to be one of them. So you can go to russhedge.com for everything about me. There you have all my connection links, whether it is my email, my social media, you get my phone number, and you can even schedule time directly on my calendar to meet with me. I would love for you to do that. That is directly at russhedge.com/contact. That takes you right to my calendar. So love for you to connect with me. Always amazing the people that I meet. And it's so great to be able to connect with so many great people. So again, remember, all the information about me is at russhedge.com. That is the best way. So if you haven't been here before, wanted to remind you that I am your marketing coach. I am a keynote speaker. I am an inspiration specialist. My wire purpose in life is here to inspire. I am here to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. So what do I mean by that? I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want you to do the amazing things that God has created you to do. And how do I help you with that? by bringing on amazing people like Kevin Snow on today that give so much value and so much information. One other, or actually two other quick points. One to remind you, if you've not got a copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, pick up your copy at russhedge.com, or you can go to Amazon or any online booksellers, pick up a copy of that today. Also, I have a great workshop coming up, and I want to show you this really quickly. The workshop is called Successfully Transform Your Business in 3 Simple Steps. That's right. And it's coming up on September 21st at noon Pacific Daylight Time. You know, it's all about some simple steps, but I can guarantee you they're not easy. A lot of people get that confused, simple and easy. Well, I'll give you some simple ways to do it and some support and some real good information on how to do that, all about connection and community building. It's an amazing course coming up on the 21st. So all that information will be clickable and in the comments as well as in the show notes. So you have that there today. And that, I believe, is all that I have for you in the beginning here. So we're going to get to it. I'm so excited to bring on my friend Kevin Snow. He's in the house. Here he comes. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, good morning, Russ. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing awesome. It's Monday morning, getting back into the flow of everything and getting all the stuff off my to-do list.
There you go. There you go. Well, you and I had an amazing conversation a while back, and you were telling me about what you're up to and the things you have going on. Give everybody a little snapshot into Kevin Snow and what you got going on.
Where do I start? So I have lots of things going on. Time on Target, my company, we really focus on helping businesses work with their email marketing, their email automation, CRMs, all that tech stuff that's supposed to help make your sales process run smoother and run faster, but usually ends up just giving business owners and salespeople headaches. We work with that. So I have a ton of stuff going on with that and really cool things. And then networking. We launched in 2020 a organization called Success Champion Networking, where we wanted to fix all the things people hate about business networking. And we've grown. We have now close to 50 chapters all over North America, and we're launching in the Philippines. So we're really excited about that. And our annual summit is coming up in 8 days. So I don't have anything on my to-do list.
Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit more about this annual summit. That sounds interesting.
So every year we do what's called the Badass Business Summit. This year it's 3 days in Fort Worth. We are bringing in 17 speakers from around the country. There's going to be close to 150 people in attendance. And it's all focused. We're trying to, like we fixed how people network. We're trying to fix how you do conferences and summits. Normally you go to an event and you listen to a ton of different speakers. You write down all kinds of notes. And you're all excited about all the stuff that's going on and all the stuff you're going to do when you get back to your office on Monday. But then nothing ever changes because you don't know how to implement it. And if you do, it's another thing on your to-do list, and it just keeps getting pushed off to the side and nothing actually gets accomplished. We have built into our summit, instead of just doing breakouts, we actually have workshops where you are going to actively be working on your business with that presenter, and they're going to be walking you through. For example, one of our presenters is Rachel Simon. She is a LinkedIn guru, and she's actually going to be walking through people how to set up and fix their profiles, how to start using different things on LinkedIn. So you're going to leave her session with stuff actually being accomplished. And we have all types of activities like that built into the schedule. So when you leave the summit, you're actually going to have worked on your business. You're not going to have to go back home and say, oh, well, now what do I do? Because you're already going to have done it.
Right. Well, and I think that's amazing, Kevin, because so many people spend so much time planning, so much time trying to figure out exactly where to go, but they actually never either move forward and start or have the tools to move forward and start. And I really love that because it's all about taking action and implementation. And what are some things that you do to fire people up to get them to actually implement the things you're teaching them?
So the thing with especially with sales automation, the issue I find with a lot of businesses who have tried it in the past is they tried to go too big, and they had this really cool idea about what they wanted to do and how what they wanted to automate, but it tends to be this really complex, intense thing, and it's just overwhelming and it's daunting. The what I teach people, especially if they're gonna DIY it, is find a small thing, figure out what that one thing is that's actually going to move the mark for you. Maybe it's going to free up some of your time so you can work with more clients, you can do more work on strategically growing your business, or it's going to make it easier for that prospect to make a decision. Find that one thing and do that, and then add to it and just continually improve what you have going. Don't try and do this whole thing at once.
Well, it's interesting. That is so interesting that you would bring that up, Kevin. You and I think so much alike. It's like today, my newsletter that released on LinkedIn was called One Step, taking one step at a time, moving forward. And that is what I think people they struggle with, because they're not willing to take that first step, just start moving forward. And it's tough for them to implement. And when they have people like you that are giving them those ideas of how they can do it, it gives them a little bit more confidence in doing that. But it's so important to not just plan, but to actually take that step and implement. And it's amazing what can actually happen when you take that first step, right? When you actually get moving one step at a time, one choice at a time, one thing that you're implementing at a time, instead of this overwhelming view of, oh my goodness, there's no way I can accomplish all that because that's too big of a picture for me to do. So I think that one step idea is so important.
Yeah, it's key. I'd rather have someone take a step and get one little thing done that makes their quality of life better, and have actually done that activity and taken action, then just sit there and say, oh, I want to do this really cool thing, but because it's so big, they can never get to it. They can't set aside time to do the whole thing. And we do that with our clients all the time, where we'll put together, all right, here is what our outcome is, here are the steps we're going to take, here's phase one that we're going to implement. First thing we're going to do is this. Next phase, we're going to do this. And we walk them through it. So it's little adjustments that they need to make. And it's smaller things that we need to do for them so that we can manage our time as well. If I bring on, as a business owner, if I bring on 5 clients that are all wanting to do these huge automation campaigns, I'm going to get overwhelmed. My team's going to be overwhelmed, and no one's going to be happy. So, that even for when we work with clients, it's really important for us to be able to scale what we're doing so we can manage everyone and keep everyone moving forward and having success, and not, having, oh, we got to spend all our time doing this one thing and now everyone else suffers.
Right. Well, it's interesting because I think we overcomplicate life. When you agree that sometimes we make things, especially in the digital world, we just overcomplicate things instead of just taking little baby steps, one step at a time. And I love the one thing concept, because there's a great book out by Gary Keller. Don't know if you've read that, The One Thing. Gary Keller is the founder of Keller Williams Real Estate. And anybody that knows anything about real estate knows Keller Williams. And it is an amazing book. It's all about boiling things down to that one thing. And people will always say, well, I can't do that. I can't boil it down to one thing. There's too many things going on. Well, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of stimulus, a lot of things swirling around us. But really, you can boil it all the way down to one thing that really motivates you, that moves you, that gets you going, that is your purpose. I always think it's so important that you've got to know why you do what you do. You've got to know your purpose moving forward, or you can't implement all this stuff, right?
Yeah, you have to understand what the outcome is and where you want to be at the end. And that makes it so much easier to do all the steps, because you can look at the step. All right, this helps me get to here because of this. And with my business and my company with my business partner, we identify what we call lines of effort at the beginning of every year, or the end of the year for the next year. But we identify what our lines of effort are. And those are, usually 3 things that we really want to focus all our effort on over the course of the year and have a specific outcome with. And we identify what what success looks like. One of them this year is brand identity that we've been working on, and just becoming much louder with our messaging. And so we identified specific outcomes that if we hit those, we're like, yeah, we succeeded. We accomplished what we wanted. And then focus the rest of the year on really, all right, so what do we put into each month? What are the specific things that we're going to do to achieve those outcomes? And it's really helped us stay focused. And it's actually the cool thing. It's helped us really prevent the squirrel syndrome, where you have this really cool idea. It's like, awesome, let's do that. And then you spend all this time working on it, and then it doesn't really fit into what you needed to be doing. So it took a ton of time off out of your day, and it took your focus off what was really important. It may not have moved the bar for you. So now when we have those really cool ideas, we can look at it against this line of effort chart that we created and say, all right, so where does this fit? Is this actually something that's going to help one of these things or not? And if not, then it goes on to a list of really cool ideas that we want to keep, we don't want to forget about, but we aren't ready to do yet.
Right. Well, and so I want to go back to, I love what you said. Identify what success looks like, because I think when you have, as Dr. Nupi is saying, we have clarity and purpose, just like you said it, Kevin, and you identify what success looks like, then you eliminate that squirrel syndrome. You eliminate getting off track with so many things, because you know why you're moving forward. You've got your purpose, and you know what your end game is going to be. You know what success looks like. And some people say, well, I can't do that. Sure you can. It's all a matter of actually focusing, having clarity on what you're trying to accomplish. Because really, honestly, if you don't know what your end product is supposed to look like, your end game is supposed to look like, you're in big trouble to start with, because you've got to have an idea where you're going, right?
Yeah, and that's really key. And coming from a military background, when we would do operational planning for some kinetic action, you need to secure this facility, or you need to attack and destroy this force. You had to have specific indicators for what success looked like. If I captured a town but lost 50% of my personnel and equipment, is that success? And maybe, depending on the strategic importance of that specific town, but a lot of times that wouldn't be considered successful because I wasn't able to continue my mission after that town. So you have to understand what those specific characteristics of success are. Is it a shifting that into the business world? If one of your lines of effort for the year is revenue growth, and you grow your revenue by 1%, is that success? If you're a multi-million-dollar company and you grow by 1%, maybe it is. If you are a startup and you only grow your revenue by 1%, it probably isn't going to be successful. You're not going to look and say, oh, I was successful, I grew by 1%. So you got to have those specific numbers that are going to help you understand, all right, I achieved my mission. Right. I grew my, for one of them for us with the brand and the messaging is 100 podcast appearances this year, and being on 4 stages. If I hit 95, was I successful? Yes. If I did 10, was I successful? No. So, but it's still, I understand what that level is I need to achieve, so that I understand specifically where I need to be.
Exactly. And you're doing great, because here's one of your 100 podcast live stream appearances. Woohoo!
Yeah,
you are successful today, Kevin.
I think I am going to probably be close to about 150 by the end of the year. So,
well, that's awesome. It is, Okay, I complete agreement with you. With the medium and the technology we have available to us, it helps us get that brand message and all that we're trying to get out there by moving forward, by getting in front of people. So I want to go back really quickly to the automation portion. So you're trying to get things in front of people. We are working like crazy. You're talking about your to-do list is like insane, trying to get all this stuff done. How does automation play into that, and how does that help?
So automation is key for business owners just because there are so many things that we do throughout the day, and for salespeople because they have the same situation. There's so many things we do throughout the day that are repetitive and that we don't really need to be taking the time to do. You know, for salespeople and in the sales world, one of the big ones is data entry. You know, how many different systems are you having to enter the same information into? Why aren't you just entering it into one and then having that populate a bunch of other tools? You know, I like Calendly or a scheduling tool. You get all that information in there, it goes in your calendar. If you don't have that also feeding that information into your CRM or your marketing automation tool, you're missing out because now you don't have any of that person's info. You're now going to end up having to type it in yourself at a later point, if you even do that. So understanding all those different tasks you're doing and where you can save time is really where automation comes in, because it allows you to work smarter, and get rid of a lot of the stuff that's just taking up your time and is not actually helping you generate revenue or scale your business.
Well, and that, okay, so that is so, so critical. And I learned that early on in my business, the ability, whatever you do that gives you the capacity to move forward, whether you're getting more employees or assistants or you're getting more technology. And I did a combination of both and able to do things that help you in those areas. And, there's a lot of things too that are already created and easy for you. And one thing that I found, there's processes like when I'm doing a workshop, there's processes that are already set up that when I go in and plug my workshop information in, they email out the information to people to remind them. They email out the Zoom link. They set everything up, and they collect all the money and they pay me and they do all of it. It's all automatically done, so I don't have to manually do all that stuff. And that alone is an amazing thing because it takes a lot of time. Like you said, how valuable is your time, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, what you're doing with your time is going to determine how successful you are with your business. You can have just a super busy day and still get done with the day and say, "Wow, I didn't accomplish anything." And that's because you were spending all your time on tasks that you shouldn't have been doing that didn't actually help you achieve anything. You know, what are what are you doing today that's going to help you move your business forward? We're getting ready to launch a really cool thing at the summit for our members, and I can't actually tell you anything about it other than it's all focused on shifting your daily habits so that you are doing the things that are going to allow you to move yourself forward, both physically, mentally, and in your business. So there's going to be pieces that's focusing on fitness. There's going to be things that are focusing on your finances, and then things that are focusing on your business development, so that you are able to every day always be doing at least one or two things that are moving you forward. And that is really key for business owners, especially because we will get sucked down into all the minutia, the day-to-day activities, and try to have our fingers in all the stuff and not actually get anywhere. And we just start doing this never-ending cycle of we bring on a client and we do a bunch of stuff, then we bring on a client and we do on a bunch of stuff, and we never actually grow and scale and improve and better our foxhole.
Right, right. Well, that, oh my goodness, so key. So much value you just added right there. Total mic drop on that. The thing really getting to the point where we're not getting so distracted with all the little things and that we are moving ourselves forward, like you said. And it takes really thought instead of just getting caught up into, like you said, the process of getting a client and then doing a whole bunch of work, right? If you have
Yeah.
systems set up, if you have systems set up and things going forward, you're all good, but it all starts with you, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's one of our big focuses within my company, and then within Success Champions and Success Champions Networking, is really figuring out what our processes are and our systems are, and making sure they're scalable. If there is a piece in the process that requires me specifically to have to do one thing, and I'm the only one that can do it, now it's not scalable, because at some point I'm going to be spending my entire day just doing that one thing, and we can't have that. So it's really important for you to, when you're building out these systems, to be able to look at them and say, all right, here is my choke point. I cannot sustain this going forward. I need to either find someone else that can, or find a better way to do it. Can I use technology to do this, or do we need to hire someone that's going to focus on all that? And we just hired someone to do all our entry level customer support stuff, fixing email addresses, or fixing something on the website that's spelled wrong, or seeing why a link isn't working. That's totally stuff that I can do, but is it stuff that I should do? And really, it's not. So bringing on that new person could do all that, free it up a ton of time for me to work on higher level activities that actually grow my business.
Well, I love what you said too. Something you can do, but should you be doing it? And just because you can do something doesn't mean you should be doing something. I've heard it said many, many times, you should only be doing what only you can do. Because if you can get somebody else to help you do that, you can grow and scale your business by taking on what you can do and then letting others support you and do what they can do for you in the process. And, you said at a point a while back, and I was saying that it's all up to you, but it's all about, starts back at the beginning of taking care of ourselves and getting ourselves on the right track early in the day, moving forward in a positive direction, getting that good planning, knowing why we're taking on the day, knowing what our purpose and our plan is, what our end game is, what success looks like. And I think, Kevin, you're amazing. The things that you're doing, incredible. And I appreciate all the value you've added. Unfortunately, we're running out of time today, but you know what? You have great contact information that you're going to give everybody. We are including that in the comments and in the show notes so everybody can get to you. But before we wrap things up today, I want you to give everybody the last words, what you want them to remember from today, and then how do they get in touch with you?
So the big takeaway message I want to leave with everyone today is that you need to start with one step. You just need to take some sort of action and start moving forward, whether that be automating your scheduling tool, which is a big step for some people, or setting up a email reminder or some sort of automation. Pick one thing that's going to save you time and allow you to focus on the revenue generating, growth generating activities.
And people get in touch with you how?
They can get in touch with me on LinkedIn. You've been scrolling that across the screen. The other way, if they want to get into my world and start getting some really cool information about automation and how to grow their business, if they text the words "sell smarter" to 612-429-4298, I'll actually send them some really cool information about how to map out their client's sales process, or their client's buying process, and the type of content you should be using at each stage of the selling cycle. But then they're also going to get invited to my sales automation group and get information about listening to me on the podcast and about the summits. So 612-429-4298, send the word "sell smarter," and they'll get all kinds of access to me.
That is so great. Now say it one more time, just a smidge slower, so everybody has a chance to write it down. And so we get it on the screen. Go ahead.
612-429-4298. Send the words "sell smarter" to that number.
And there it is, right on the screen in the show notes and in the comments there. So it'll be clickable. I want everybody to know that it is, I mean, I'm telling you, so much value in this short amount of time. You need to get in touch with Kevin. You need to text him. You need to email him. You need to contact him, whatever works for you today. And we've got people already jumping on, doing it now. There we go. So listen, I want to thank you so much, Kevin, for being here today. I mean, I hope that you had as great of an experience as I did. I appreciate you so much. And in the short time we've known each other, I'm telling you, you're an amazing guy, and we're definitely going to stay connected. I told you before that I'm a lifetime connector, so now you're stuck with me as your friend. So.
Hey, that's awesome. And Dr. Aurora just asked if it'll work in the UK. Yes, you'll need to add the +1, the country code in front of the number if you aren't in the United States, but it'll totally work.
Awesome. Okay. Well, listen, Kevin, I'm going to let you go here, but hang tight in the green room. I'm going to wrap things up here, and I'll be with you in just a sec. Thanks so much again.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. This was a lot of fun. A great way to start my Monday morning.
There you go. All right. See you in a second. Oh, my goodness. Woo. Every Monday, every Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It blows my mind. The amazing people we have on. Kevin, like I said, we've known each other for only a short time, but he has amazing information, amazing resources to help you, because when you're able to implement these things that you learn, that is where the magic happens, right? That is where the magic happens, when you're actually having a plan and you have somebody giving you some assistance. So check out his summit, check out all the information he has on all of his sites, which of course, again, are very clickable in the comments and in the show notes. And I just want to tell everybody how much I appreciate you guys being here today. You know, it is important that you get your week started off right, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're moving forward in a positive way, that you're scaling your business in a smart way, thinking about how to grow by the utilization of technology and others. So I want you to remember today that is so important. And I just want to thank each one of you for tuning in. I have a couple last notes just to remind you. So successfully transform your business in 3 simple steps. I'm going to give you only people watching right now. This is not available to everybody. Only people watching right now. If you go in and sign up right now to that, you can put in the promo code FREE and you can get this workshop for free. It's a 1-hour workshop at noon on the 21st, noon Pacific Daylight Time. It is amazing information. You need it. You can share it. Go into the links that have been provided in the comments, and you're able to go straight to it. Put in the promo code FREE, sign up today, and you're able to get that workshop. That's $100 value. Actually, it's a higher value than that, but it's priced at $100 currently, and you can get it for free today. So appreciate Kevin for being here again today. And let's see here. Get that off there. You can see me again. Woohoo. Remember, russhedge.com. Russhedge.com is the way to get in touch with me. It is so important to me that I connect with as many people as possible, because I want to help you live an amazing life. I believe you have amazing inside of you. So get out there today, enjoy your day, and until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.